Are you still waiting for the message? Are you looking for the sign or somewhat closure? Stop it. Because if you are struggling to get over a situationship that the person just didn't have respect for you, you gotta respect yourself, my dear. These are some advice I can give you as a big sister who has gone through terrible people. Let's get into it. Number one, you have to ask yourself this very important question. That is, if you allow your daughter or your loved ones like your sister or like your cousin or your best friend to date such a person. This is my most important advice, and I do not want you guys to, not scroll to the end and wait till the end to hear this message, because this is so important. Would you allow your best friend to date such a person? Think about it. If you're not gonna let your best friend or your sister or your daughter even to date such a person, why are you in this situation? You have to know that you really deserve better, and it is really time to stop shortchanging yourself. Story time. I was dating a guy for 2 years, and we were just in a situationship because he was never ready. That's fine. I was kind of blindly in love, and then he will always tell me this thing. He will always tell me that, oh, but out of all the girls I date, you are the best. Am I supposed to be flattered? Are you kidding me? But anyway, my young self thought like, oh my gosh, that was so sweet. And I was telling my friends like, oh my gosh, he told me like he loved me the best out of all the girls he's dating right now. How red flag is that? So ask yourself, if you're gonna let your daughter tell you this and she's gonna continue dating the same guy. So I have asked him if he's gonna allow his cousin to date someone like him. He was like, nope, never. And I'm really sorry, I just can't commit because I have some issues. If they're not gonna let their cousin, their loved ones to date someone like themselves, that's a huge hint. Get a life, move on. Number two, be your own best friend. If your best friend's gonna come to you crying and telling you that the guy hasn't been replying her, has been ghosting her for a week, what are you gonna tell your best friend? You know that. You know the answer. I'm not gonna tell you that. Are you gonna tell her to beg him to reply her? If that's not the answer that you're gonna give your best friend, don't give that to yourself. Take your own advice. Even though we struggle to listen to ourselves sometimes because our heart and our mind is like, oh my gosh, I think he's still in love with me, and okay, pardon my accent. You're gonna let someone do that to your best friend? If you're not, then don't do that to yourself. You are so much more than a reply from the guy. Number three, you have to see things from another perspective. Even though sometimes at that very moment you feel so sad and so like, how can this happen to us? We were like the golden couple, we are like the best. If you see it in another point of view, it might be a blessing in disguise, because right now you might feel very sad and you feel, how can this happen to me? The world is coming crashing. But just understand that the world doesn't stop here. You're gonna meet a lot more people. You're gonna meet people who are suitable for you. You're just gonna meet the right person. Because just imagine that this wrong person that you have been seeing or being in a situationship or a relationship with, if you can pour so much love to this person, pour so much of yourself into this person, you gotta know that when you meet the correct person, which you will never know when, you are gonna be so much more of a better lover, you're gonna be so much more of a better person, and the person is never gonna leave you guessing. Set your boundaries and own them. Let me tell you, setting boundaries is everything. I've just seen too many people, including myself, let someone cross the line over and over again. If there is something that is your non-negotiable, do not compromise yourself on that. Setting boundaries is not about controlling other people about what they can do, but it is also respecting yourself. You need to figure out what you will or will not tolerate in a relationship with another person. Just imagine this, both of you grew up in very different situations and environment. Both of you have different individual lives. There are some things that to them is normal, to us it is not. And is it something you can tolerate? And are you compromising yourself? For example, some people think ghosting to break up is very common, but to me, ghosting is such a non-negotiable. Like, if you're going to ghost me once, then goodbye forever. You can be a ghost in my life. Let go of control and let them go. Definitely very difficult, I would say. However, this is really freeing for me. Stop trying to control everything because you cannot. If your person is just not replying you or not texting you back, not giving you a response, not giving you the message that you want, you just can't force him to reply you. And that in itself, it is a closure. Silence is also a form of response. You just gotta tell yourself that. Because sometimes we want a response, it's not because we want a response from them, it's because we want to react. We tell ourselves that we want a closure, but really ask yourself, do you want a response out of it? You just want to think that you can still do things to redeem yourself, to make the relationship work. But in a relationship, you need two hands to clap. You can't just do it by yourself. One very important thing that you need to know is that when you don't know what to focus on yourself. From someone who has been through like years of dating terrible dudes, really, focus on yourself. You should be able to feel whole no matter if you're dating or not dating, even if you are just single and having fun by yourself. Right person will come. I don't know when, but the right person will come. But until then, please build a life that you are so in love with that you do not have time to care about if anyone's gonna text you back. You do not deserve that. You deserve better and you deserve the best in the world. So if you're still waiting for a reply from I don't know who, it is time to take control of your life. Set your boundaries, focus on yourself, and remember that you're so much more deserving than you. Life goes on and you deserve love that is deserving of you. Now share this video with a friend or a sister who needs this. If this video speaks to you, hit the subscribe button and like this video because I'm just starting on my YouTube and this really will mean the world to me. Bye bye! Go out there and live your beautiful life.